hi, hello. I am doing this a little bit early because I actually have a social life brewing, and I have plans later this weekend. So I'm just gonna bust this out 2 days early. Sometimes I do these on Mondays. This is going to be a collective reading based on your zodiac placements. You do not have to have a sun sign in these placements that I mentioned. You could have a Venus or a rising sign, moon sign, any of that good stuff. If you cannot stick around for the full live, follow me on YouTube. I do upload these to my YouTube usually within 24 to 48 hours. So you can always go back and watch it. There will be a recap at the end. But do me a favor, tap the screen. Hi, Jen. Hi, Torby. Hi, friends. Tap the screen. Share this with your friends. I'm just going to jump right in because I want to get all of this done before my Patreon stream. You guys should definitely go check that out as well. I've got some beautiful patrons in the chat right now. I love you, bitches. Hello. Okay, starting with Aries, working our way to Pisces. We do go in order. If you want a personal poll during this particular live stream, there are 2 ways to do it. One is to be a patron. One is to subscribe through TikTok. Otherwise, we're gonna get going. Hi. I'm sorry it took me so long to get your garden quartz out. That was so fucking weird. I thought I'd entered another weird fucking Mandela effect timeline warp. I've had another one of those recently and I did not like it. We're starting with Aries. And they're saying if you have Aries in the 10th house, listen up in particular, because I just heard 10th house placements. Let's see what's going on here for Aries. Lots of green. Lots of heart chakra stuff showing up for Aries today. Doop-a-doo, ether. Aries, ooh. I feel like a wave of emotion, but not in a bad way. This doesn't feel like grief. This just feels like being overcome with like the realness of everything, the implications of your life. Like this feels like kind of one of those moments of not like I've been complaining too much, but I think there's some kind of perspective shift in order for you where you're recognizing that, yeah, life is challenging and tricky and it might not be exactly where you want it to be right now, but there are so many blessings. And they're saying angels in particular. So I don't know if you're getting angel numbers, if you're feeling like really interesting things are happening, kind of more, I don't want to use the word paranormal because I feel like that kind of diminishes what I'm picking up on. I have this ether energy. The seamless, unspeakable, and dragons might be a synchronicity for a couple of you. I'm already getting spirit knows. This is like revelation energy. This is seeing the bigger picture, and not through the lens of self-criticism or critique. It's just like, no, my life is uncannily beautiful and maybe has been the entire time, even with, and even maybe because of some of the challenges that you faced. And I think there's something to be said for you waking up through the heart space and noticing that your heart is the thing that manifests. I don't think we talk about this enough. I know we talk a lot about imagining and dreaming and thinking of things that we want to manifest, but we don't always talk about like the exact heart container, like how the heart influences that. You manifest from here, not from here. The ideas may start here, but you manifest from this space right here. You're realizing that you create your own luck. Okay, that's why it's important. Like, I know the whole new age community is all like love and light, and I'm not a love and lighter. Anybody who's been following me for any length of time knows this about me, but there is some value in the idea of at least calibrating your consciousness to paying attention to what is working and what is not. We have negativity bias, right? Like, we're programmed to focus on the mistakes and the problems for survival reasons, but when you're sort of anchoring around what works more than what doesn't, you're going to create a reality that works better for you than otherwise, okay? This is fulfillment energy. This is the World card. You're seeing out of the maze that your headspace has created for yourself, and you are seeing the bigger picture. This is, they're saying enlightenment, and I don't think they throw that term around very easily. So, Aries, Jesus Christ, no big deal. I'm just going to write the word revelation for you. I'm getting really emotional just like tapping into this again. All right. What you doing, Lilu? Oh. Okay. Taurus. Let's move into any particular Taurus placements. No, all Taurus placements. Thank you, Jam Lins. And I saw somebody give me a follow. Thank you for that follow, whoever that was. Also, I kind of jumped a little bit. I don't know if they're still in the chat or not, but there's an account that I saw in the chat. They make music that literally has changed my life. I don't know if you guys are still here, Roya, but if you are, keep doing what you're doing, because holy moly, your music is on a completely different level. Taurus. Very different energy for Taurus. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Taurus, okay. I see what's going on. This is, I know Saturn doesn't move into Aries until next week, but this reading so far for Aries and Taurus is giving Saturn and Aries energy in a really big way. I'm really excited for, I wasn't initially excited for Saturn and Aries. There are still some things I'm kind of concerned about with Neptune also being in Aries and the two of those being conjunct for a while. But Saturn and Aries is a very like, get your shit together kind of vibe. And not in the way where you're like beating yourself up first to get there. It's just like if you want something, you have to actually take steps to do it. You can't just wait for it to happen to you. And Taurus, that's kind of what I'm getting around your healing journey. I have the 10 of Swords. And this is like, this is rough. Whatever happened to you to bring this kind of energy up, it feels like betrayal. It feels like getting cheated on. It feels like something being stolen from you. It almost feels like there's a parent involved that might have even stolen like an heirloom from you or something. Like it's just feeling very icky, like toxic people that you've had to deal with. Now, what you're realizing is that in order to heal from this, in order to move past that betrayal, you have to kind of get your shit together. You have to loosen your grip. Loosen your grip refers to loosening the grip around victimhood. Okay? Feeling like this was done to me. It's always me. Feeling like there's a target on your back and finding your calm, getting your nervous system regulated so you can have the freedom to live without this trauma constantly breathing down your neck. It feels like commitment, and it feels like it feels like what I call sacred spite. Okay, where it's like not only are you going to heal because you want to, you're going to heal because fuck them, and that's potent shit. That's really, really potent shit. Hi, Gina. So I love this for you. You are, if you're not working with a therapist, you will be soon. I am also hearing something about moving your body, getting physical, actually working out. Somatics are so crucial when it comes to healing, and not just feeling into your body where emotions are being held, but moving that energy through you. You a baddie. You a baddie. And I really feel like whoever this person was or group of people that hurt you, let them just, like, it feels fucking demonic, dude, what you had to deal with. It feels demonic. Let the demons be. They're going to be in whatever place they want to be. You're going to rise. You're going to head towards whatever future you've been envisioning for yourself. You just have to actually like drop the label of victim. Okay? Let's get physical. Is the music too loud? Is the music good? It's a little bit louder than I usually have it. So Taurus, I'm just going to put sacred spite, dude. Sacred spite. Gemini is next. Thanks for tapping the screen, you guys. Gemini, Taurus. So if you have a combination of Gemini placements and Taurus placements, perk up your ears. Just a little bit of added weight to the message for you. Interesting. Hold on. I need to look up something in this deck really quick. I don't use this deck as often, and now I'm really confused about something. That's the Devil card. That's the Lovers. Is this the Tower? I just don't remember the Tower. I thought Death was 8. I love having a dissociative brain so fucking much. Gemini, bear with me. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's Strength. That's why. It looks like the Tower, but it's Strength. Unless they fucking... Let me sit with it. I'm just going to intuit this. Romantic love. Practice patience. Gemini, you need to get real about codependency. You need to get real about codependency. You need to get real about whether or not your expectations for the person that you're either with or want to be with is feasible and fair for both parties, okay? I feel that you're in this very kind of precarious energy regarding specifically romantic love. If you're a Gemini and you are on the Aro-A spectrum, just take what works and leave what doesn't. But I feel like there's something going on within your view of what the masculine should be. And I feel like you've been practicing an awful lot of patience around it, but at what cost? Because like, I feel like I want you to be in your root. I want you to be stabilized in your body. I want you to have a foundation. If somebody were to shove you, you're not going anywhere. If somebody were to shove you from here, you would go cascading down that tower. You've built somebody up in your mind, or you've built up an ideal in your mind that is not strong. It's not gonna, I don't want to say it's not gonna last, because it could last. It just might not last in the energy that you want it to. Let me pull an advice card. Live your purpose. How much of your life, Gemini, are you giving away to somebody else? How much of your life are you living for you versus an idealized future that may or may not happen? How present are you right now, especially if you are in a romantic relationship? My sense is that you want your partner to be somebody that they just are never going to be. And I'm a little concerned that when you come to that realization, especially if it's years down the road, you are going to, again, like just fall, like it's going to be a rude awakening. Versus just admitting to yourself right now that there are other things in your life that might require your attention that might be more beneficial. And divine masculinity is in fact a real thing. There are tons of people out there who channel that energy and practice that energy, but I think you're seeing things that are not like I want to tell you, you're being a little delusional right now with this current situation. And it's probably rooted in codependency, and that's what you're going to want to look at and heal, okay? Be real about fantasy projection is what I'm going to write for you. I saw Gubs Grubs laughing at that. Is that hitting? Fantasy projection. This is a little rough for Gemini. Cancer is next. Thanks for tapping the screen, you guys. Cancer. Cancer, and if you are a Cancer with a Leo rising specifically, perk up your ears. 7 of Cups. Anybody else excited for Jupiter to move into Cancer? Because I sure am. That shit's going to conjunct my North Node. Ooh, let's see what's going on here. Cancer, I've been getting this message on repeat for you. There's something about what you're consuming, and I'm not just talking food. I'm talking about what you're watching, what you're observing, what you're listening to, and it's really fucking up your field. It doesn't feel healthy, and I feel like all you're seeing is evidence that the world is upside down and dark and depressing, and you're not giving room for any other story to be there or be true or valid. It's not cynicism, but it's brinking on, like, if you keep looking for this narrative or looking for evidence that the world is ending or that humanity is failing, that's all you're going to see. And you're going to bypass what you came here to do as a spirit, like what you came here to do as a person, because you're too consumed with the idea that there is no future. There is always a future. More importantly, there's always a present moment that never goes away. So I have the 7 of Cups. This is giving emotional overwhelm, being inundated with information that isn't making sense or isn't making, I don't know. I pulled the Earth, but it was upside down. And I kind of feel like it's just doom scrolling, doom scrolling, doom scrolling, doom scrolling. And there are certainly horrifying things happening on the planet right now. That's always been true. That doesn't justify it or make it better. But I feel like the information that you're getting right now is making it very, very hard for you to be hopeful for any kind of future where you have a part, like a large role, or even just a, I don't know. You guys get what I'm saying? Can't do that song right now. What are you absorbing? What are you consuming? What are you giving your beliefs to? Who benefits from you feeling depressed about the world? Who benefits from you feeling powerless? Who benefits from you feeling sad all the fucking time? What does that do? What does it make us when we're feeling that broken down and tired all the time? Easier to control, easier to manipulate, easier to get to buy shit that we probably don't need. Watch what you're watching is what I'm going to write for Cancer. Okay. Leo. All Leo placements. Equally. Thanks for tapping the screen, you guys. Cancer, that's like the second time in 2 weeks I've gotten that message. So listen to your guides. Leo. More relationship shit showing up here. Leo, I kind of feel like you're the friend telling your Gemini friends to like leave the fucking relationship because you can see what Gemini is doing. Thank you for the follow, KT. Listen, Linda. Leo. Leo's had it. Leo's had it with the bullshit in romantic relationships. They've had it. We are now unbothered by relationship. I don't know. It's giving I'd rather be single and enjoy my peace than deal with the bullshit. I'm hearing your charms don't work on me anymore. I'm hearing my peace is sacred. In order for me to stay in a positive light, I kind of have to surrender the idea that I'm supposed to fit into this box of conformity regarding what romantic love is supposed to look like. It's also giving I'm tired of people. I'm just tired. And it's okay to be in solitude. It's okay to like absorb my own energy and heal on my own time, do the things I want to do when I want to do them. Some of you guys are going to realize that the whole fantasy of finding your soulmate, your twin flame is exactly fucking that. And I'm not telling people not to look for love or not to partner up or not to have fun or not to whatever, but it's, I don't know, Leo in particular, it's just giving like, I don't need it. And think about all of the things you can now apply that energy to that you might have been literally wasting on a shitty relationship. Okay? I'm a Libra and I feel this. I feel like you're going to be in a great place to dispense advice as well. Like if you have a Gemini friend, for example, who is like swimming up the stream of codependency, just be an example for them. Show them why it's better to just have solitude than to fucking waste. It's a waste of energy on partners that don't give a fuck about you. It's crazy how we gaslight ourselves into thinking that certain kinds of people care about us when they clearly do not. Okay? I'm just going to write unbothered for Leo. JB, thank you for the follow. Virgo. Virgo. Okay. Interesting. This deck is so bizarre. Find a way to forgive. Whew, this is similar to Aries energy, if I'm being honest. Really big on the healing energy, really big on understanding that if you want to heal, there are certain sacrifices you have to make regarding feeling victimized by whoever it was that hurt you. I have the 10 of Wands, but I want you guys to kind of just look at this image of this person like kind of chasing after something interesting, getting out of this. This feels very stifling to me. This feels very heavy. The 10 of Wands is giving, I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. Like, I don't want to deal with this heavy mess. I'd rather go chase something else. I'd rather go do something else. I have transition showing up, and this feels very plutonic. This feels like a deep inner kind of like purge and transition. I have find a way to forgive. And then I had Starseer, which came out reversed. I know you don't want to hear this, and I just want to clarify that I do not believe that forgiveness is necessary for deep healing, but to get into a place of organic forgiveness will heal you in ways that nothing else can. Does that make sense? Like, you can heal just fine by moving forward and letting go and whatever. You could even hold a grudge and still, but there's something very specific about the energy of forgiveness that will transform your entire life. It's just like, it is the ultimate release. It is the ultimate letting go. Holding on to resentment doesn't help you. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't hurt the people that hurt you either. Period. So I feel like this is, if this were upright, this is you listening to your higher self. This is you listening to, at least entertaining the idea, what would change in my life if I actually were able to forgive this person, this entity, or this experience? What would happen to me? And notice if there's resistance around that. Notice if you tense up. Notice if there's an immediate counter argument as to why you shouldn't forgive, and just hold space. And just notice, I can tell you, as somebody who experienced this in a medicine circle, it was around an abuser and it was around a very, very difficult relationship. When that forgiveness flooded my system, it healed a timeline. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It probably prevented me from getting chronically ill years later from it. So, and this person did shitty fucking things, like really, like unnecessarily shitty things to me. I was pretty young. I almost married this person, and like it's crazy because I was able to see them years later, and I was like, "What's up, dude?" Like, there was nothing, no anger, no tension. It was just like another guy, and I mean, it took a medicine journey to get there, but I can tell you that forgiveness really is that powerful. So, what would it be like to forgive? What would that mean for you? Okay, and I immediately heard, it means I'm weak. No, it doesn't. It's literally the opposite. To be able to tap into forgiveness, especially if it's like a chronic situation, is incredibly powerful. And it takes a lot of grace. It takes a lot of strength. Okay. All right. Why is this me? I'm trying to get out of it. Oh, baby. Empress Noto. Yeah. And, you know, sometimes it might take like getting out of that situation as safely as you can first and then doing the healing work. Like, forgiveness isn't something you can rush. And compassion can be weaponized, right? Like, I definitely had a way of spiritually bypassing a lot of very valid anger around another abuser. And until I felt that anger, I wasn't able to get to the other side. So it's complicated. I'm so sorry that you're going through that. And I'm really sending you all the light. Maybe just like hold space in your heart for forgiving yourself too. Because I know that in situations like this, sometimes there's a narrative of like, why am I doing this? Or how did this happen to me? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what would it mean for me to forgive myself? Okay. Libra. Also watching Kayla, what is her last name? That sweet little blonde influencer. She just won a court case against her abuser, which like never fucking happens. And I know that a lot of folks were having like pretty massive experiences of healing around that. So, okay. Libra. Any particular Libra placements? No. Ten of Pentacles. Lots of tens. Lots of like end of cycle, beginning of new cycle. Libra, lots of healing energy coming forward this week for you guys. Very profound changes. It almost feels a little bit like the wake of that full moon in Scorpio that we had that brought up a lot of stuff to be purged and cleansed. Okay, Libra, this has to do with ancestral healing ancestral timelines. I have the 10 of Pentacles. Look at you getting off the wheel, off the ride. Kind of similar to Virgo, right? Like getting out of the mess. I have heal your heart. I have healing showing up here, like big energy around the heart space. And harmonic flight does have to do with like soulmate energy or feeling like somebody's in your life for a reason. They're my twin flame. It could also be a family member. But because of the 10 of Pentacles, this really does feel like ancestral stuff. Libra, this feels sticky. In order to heal, you might have to go no contact with at least one person. You might have to cut someone out of your life because the boundaries aren't working. And I feel like they're very good at talking their way through boundaries or pushing past boundaries. And it doesn't mean that like on a soul level, you and this person won't be connected. I talk to certain people in my life, they're higher, like people who have really, really hurt me. I will talk to their higher selves in a friendly manner from time to time. It's really therapeutic for me, actually, to know that there is a version of them up there that is like not corrupted by their own trauma and all of the shit that we deal with in this crazy dimension. But on this earthly plane, in order for you to get into a place of more balance, you're the scales. I'm just going to write that for Libra. You might have to go no contact. Okay. That's what I have for Libra. And as somebody who's had to do that with family members and multiple people in my life that I was very close to, I know that's not necessarily the easiest thing. I can tell you that, at least in my perspective, it was the best thing I've ever done for myself. I don't know that I would still be here otherwise. So, Scorpio. If you have 12th house Scorpio placements, listen up in particular. 3 of these came out. What's going on? What the fuck is going on with Scorpio? I have 4 Scorpio placements and I'm really vibing with this right now, actually. Scorpio, did you recently have like a really elevated experience? I'm gonna give this story time to my patrons in a little bit, but I had a really crazy fucking day 2 days ago. That was one of the most magical days I've had in maybe 5-6 years. And I feel like something happened to you recently, Scorpio, or is about to happen to remind you how fucking special and magical your life is. That revelation energy that I picked up for Aries, right? That like, holy shit, like when I actually pull back and look at everything, like my life is a literal miracle. I feel like you're this close to vibing with Aries in that same frequency. I have the 4 of Pentacles. This is giving boundaries. I have 2 4s. 4s are all about structure, discipline, foundation. The 4 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups. So kind of like being where you are and sitting with what you have and potentially recovering from like a really elevated emotional experience with people that you care about. I have remembrance showing up here for you. I have speak your truth show up with sodalite, which is a very gentle throat chakra stone, and the crystal keys. And I feel like this is your magic. This is you like co-creating with reality and like just instantly manifesting shit. So I want you to sit with where you are. They're saying to take note and take stock of your blessings, like literally make a gratitude journal. I know how love and light and how like cliche that sounds, but I also know from like, reading the books that I have and listening to the podcasts that I have, that keeping gratitude active in your life will actually rewire your fucking brain. And it also motivates you to manifest things that are in alignment with that frequency. So, I'm going to put remember your magic or remembering your magic. Remembering your magic for Scorpio. Thanks for the follow, It's Me T. I can't wait to tell that story for my patrons. I had such a wild fucking 24 hours the other day. Wild. Sagittarius. If you have Sag and Virgo placements, so like say Sag Sun, Virgo rising, listen up. What's with all the big messages right now? Is this divorce energy? Sag, are we okay? I can't tell if this is you going through this or like one of your kids going through this. Let it go. I think this is somebody else that this is happening to. Like, I don't feel this happening to you exactly. This is giving divorce. It's giving, I don't want to be with them anymore. It's giving, get out of my house. Jenny, thank you for the follow. I have the 2 of Cups, which is, I care about you energy. I feel like this, it feels like a parent watching their kid go through something, if I'm being honest. And then the Page of Cups, which is like, sometimes represents the kids in our life. I feel, or maybe you're watching somebody a little bit younger than you, like you have a younger friend and they're going through this. Don't make this about you. Don't make this about you. If this is about you, if you are going through something very difficult, it could even be like, I need my kid to get the fuck out of my house because they're grown enough and they need to go. There's some kind of like separation angst that I'm picking up on. If you are not in it yourself, they're telling you to let it go. And even if you are in it, they're telling you to let it go. There's a lot about unhooking ourselves from the contraction of feeling like things are being done to us that's showing up in these collective readings today. I have the heart chakra, but it's showing up reverse. So I don't know. What are you trying not to feel? Can you feel things without making them your problem? Does this make sense? Like there's some kind of separation of consciousness that they're trying to bring up for Sagittarius, where whatever you're seeing, you don't have to make it about you, but you're allowed to feel your feelings about it. Essentially kind of what I'm getting is like, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. And stay out of other people's shit. Like literally stay out of other people. I'm hearing, but I can help them, Again, this feels like it's happening more adjacent to you than to you, because I'm seeing a couch, like you want to offer this person. I can help them, but I can help them. Again, this feels like it's happening more adjacent to you than to you, because I'm seeing a couch, like you want to offer this person a couch to sleep on. That's fine. A night or two is fine. This is what friends are for. But be careful that you're not absorbing all of this, because you've got your own shit to worry about, okay? I'm going to put observe, don't absorb. For Sag. Capricorn. All Capricorn placements. Whoop. Jesus Christ. This will be on YouTube. And Jay's Mama, I'll do a recap at the end if you're going to stick around. But I will upload this, if not tonight, tomorrow morning on YouTube. Capricorn, what did you say goodbye to? What did you put down? Because I feel like you're about to embark on something so wonderful if you allow it to come through. I have Temperance. Okay, this is a card of transmutation. I feel like... What is going on here? I feel like there's something to be said for passive manifesting. Saturn and Aries is going to teach us a lot about active manifesting. Like if you want it, go get it. If you want it, do the thing. But for you right now, Capricorn, it's giving sit and receive. But I'm feeling like you shed something or you let something go. Like some chapter has just closed for you. I have it's time to transform. But again, this is a passive transformation. This is allowing things to surface, allowing things to happen, resting. Hello, Steph. I have delight showing up for you, and then gracious receptivity. And it did come out like this. I sort of feel like there's a little bit of a subconscious patterning in whoever I'm picking up on with Capricorn. And they're saying Capricorn, Virgo. So if you have double Earth showing up here, listen up in particular. You know you're allowed to have everything you want, right? Is there any resistance that shows up when you say the words, I'm allowed to have this? I'm allowed to have the perfect house. I'm allowed to travel the world. I'm allowed to eat whatever I want. I'm allowed to have kids. I'm allowed to not have kids. I'm allowed to be beautiful in my own right. I'm allowed to be loved. What shows up for you? Because I think the second that you're able to fully be like, yeah, actually, I am deserving of all that stuff. Boom. Boom. So I'm going to write passive manifesting, an allowance for Capricorn. You are welcome, my dear. Thanks for tapping the screen, you guys. Aquarius, Venus, Aquarius rising. Listen up in particular. And then Pisces, and then we'll do the personal polls for any patrons or subscribers, and then we'll do the recap. Aquarius moon, beautiful. Another Four of Pentacles. Okay. What is this? Aquarius, this is... I feel uncomfortable. I feel frustrated. I feel a little stuck. And I feel a little bit like I don't even know why I'm stuck. Like it feels just kind of like a ugh. Like I don't know. It's yeah. Oh, I know why. I can tell you why. You're looking for something outside. I know this sounds so fucking cliche. You're looking for something outside of you to make you feel safe. A lot of us are going through this right now, actually. And you're wondering why I can't feel settled. It's because you keep projecting outwards and not going inwards and having compassionate conversations with yourself, holding space with yourself. There is a timeline of abuse that's showing up for you as well. So there's probably a part in there that needs a little bit of comfort and care. I have this Four of Pentacles showing up, and it's just giving like I don't know. I just feel stuck. I feel trapped. I feel like I can't get moving in a way that I want to, and it might be because you're meant to be still right now. I have Gaia. I think Aquarius, you're just really tuned into the frequencies that are hitting the planet right now. The planet is going through so much. We are going through so much. The poles are fucking shifting, like climate change. It's just, and the sun is like beating. It's so much. It's so much. So if you feel crazy, if you feel kooky, it's it's awakening energy. Partially, at least partially. And it's also that you keep projecting outwards for the world to tell you everything is going to be okay. No one is going to be able to give that assurance anymore. It was never there to begin with either. We had a collective idea that it was, and then that's changing with this awakening process that we're going through. So the advice is find peace within. Also, I need to turn this light on. You have to make your own peace. You have to make it work for you. And I know that's a lot of responsibility, but we're all in this shit together, man. Like we're all going through this right now, just so you can find more alignment. I'm just going to write awakening symptoms. I'm trying to avoid using the term ascension because I don't like its connection to proto-Christianity. Pisces, last but not least. It's been a mess. The earth it's just a mess right now. Pisces. Queen of Wands. What is this? Crown chakra. This feels really similar. Okay, let me sit with this for a second. I have Speak Your Truth. I have this Queen of Wands, and I feel like this kid is really important. I know not all of you have kids with Pisces placements, but those of you that do, like, really listen up. I have the Divine Masculine, this dynamic energy, and then the Crown Chakra. It did show up like this. There's something ancestral that you're healing right now, Pisces. There's an older woman on the line up there who there's something that happened to her and her family that shut this down. This almost feels like spiritual abuse. It almost feels like there was somebody on at least one side of the family who had abilities, who was definitely tuned into, the other dimensions, the other realms. And I feel like it was just corrupted out of them, by patriarchy and all the, all that mess. So I think what's happening right now is it's awakening in you. And it's probably always been awake in you. And I think there's an invitation to really step into your magic and step into your power. And I'm almost hearing do it for her, do it for the ancestors that did not have a choice, that did not have the option, that didn't have the technology to teach us that this is okay. And this is actually who we are and who we've always been. Okay. So that's huge. And I feel like this is something, if you do have kids, this is something you can teach them as well. Like the kids that are coming into the planet right now are so crazy. They're so awake already. It's kind of nuts. And you being present and letting them see and leading by example is going to be very helpful for them. So I've been channeling this. Okay, right on. Healing spiritual trauma for Pisces. We have just one more week of Saturn being in the last degree of Pisces. So this is a really good opportunity to kind of step into whatever that means for you. Okay. All right. We're going to do personal polls. I do leave these up on the YouTube in case there are some personal polls that resonate with the folks that watch later. So if you are a patron or if you are a subscriber here on TikTok, let me know in the chat if you want me to pull something for you. If you are a subscriber here, it will say Faye, F-A-E, after your name. And then we'll do the recap. Ooh. Jen, do you just want a general pull? I have hematite. Hematite, that piece that I sent you, that piece with that awesome chunk of quartz. I can't believe I found that. I mean, I can believe I found that piece. But yeah, this is just being in the body, being centered, being in the moment. Maybe even I sent Jen a piece of this kind of hematite, but there was this huge chunk of quartz that was embedded in it. Her piece was way cooler than this one. We can do a little bit of a crystal showcase too if you guys want to. Jen, I won't tempt you. I put everything up, just about everything up on my Etsy store. I still have like maybe 10 pieces that I should probably get up there, but almost everything I have, including these, are up there now. Any other patrons or subscribers before we do the recap? I might stick around and do a little bit of channeling too. I'm feeling some folks hanging out. All right, so this is where I found fun, and hold on. Okay, so this is where I'm going to end it for my YouTube viewers. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week.